What's up, guys? We're here for doing some daily sprints, doing what, 12 sprints at 100 feet. Some good stuff. Finally, first time back riding again. First time doing sprints in 12 weeks now. Feels a little odd, but we're getting back used to it. That's a wrap for sprints. 12 sprints down. Now it's time to eat. Very hungry now. Very hungry. Pinky actually held up well. Didn't bother me. Simply did the whole workout. I could feel that I didn't have full grip, but I could at least have some grip, which is better than nothing. So I'm excited. Hopefully this means that the injury is almost ran its course and I can get back to riding like normal. 3.5 miles, just doing sprints. And then let's see. Ooh, 27.5 with the headwind. Not bad. So here we are. We finished up our sprints. First sprint sessions, coming back from injury, which is great. As you can see, no more splint anymore. I can finally start moving a little bit more. So I wanted to show you guys kind of what I feel like my top 5 races are of my career to date. Races that I was able to finally perform at and just ride my bike. So full disclaimer with this is that these are important races to me, and not because of the competition I beat, but where I was able to figure out my own internal obstacles and perform the best of my abilities. Simply put, come race day, I was able to ride my bike as fast as I can, which is what I go to races for. So first race we have here is 2015 Rock Hill, the first SX amateur race. So this race I actually had no practice. I'd never ridden a supercross track before. It was literally just did 20-30 minutes of practice before race day, and well, before racing, and then straight into racing. And so what, I was 17 during this race, 17, 18 expert. I'm in gate 1 here.
Here we go, Super X final, the first one ever, coming down the hill, into the turn. Wow, Alec Bob, coming out of nowhere. This guy's been rocking it today. Bob with Moore and Finch, Palisota in the 4. In and out of the turn right now, Ricardo's in the 5. Coming back, DeRoche in the 6, Cooley in the 7. Back out of the turn, still in the first spot. It is Alec Bob. Bob, Moore, Finch, Palisota, Ricardo, DeRoche, and Cooley.
And fun fact about this one, going to the first corner, you can see how they had pylons here and how I took a pretty far inside line going in. We'll see, we'll play it full through.
Coming down the hill, into the turn. Wow, Alec Bob, coming out of nowhere. This guy's been...
So the following year, well, a few years later, we had an SX Amateur Open. I did that similar move, and they disqualified me for going so far inside the corner, which is pretty funny. So next one I have is, some of you guys might know, 2016 was like my killer year in amateur. I did like 21 national wins that year. Was up for the national and amateur title, but I actually got injured with an IT band issue before the race. So really before before Grants, I really wasn't riding that much. I really wasn't in the best shape. So I really struggled with my gates, and just wasn't the same rider I was early in the year, which was kind of a bummer. And so this is the NAC 5 challenge. So I finally made it to my first NAC 5 challenge. So that's like the first, the top 5 amateurs of each class from 15 years and up get the opportunity to race this race all together. There's a cash prize, like $800 for the win, and you get to race on Saturday night in front of all the big crowd that's there. And so this one was a special one for me as well. I'm in gate 3.
Ram, gates down. Good shot out of Morris on the inside. Oh, you're not going to catch this guy right now if you give him a lead into the turn like that. There's Morris out in front right now. Alec Bob giving chase heading into turn number 2. Pauls and Moore coming after him, Jim.
Little bump. Oh, nice little move. Smooth move. I don't even know if he got the bump. Just got there, played a little intimidation. Alec Bob, this cat sitting on top of the heat amateur points, going to take on the win tonight. Alec Bob with the win. The Dirt Devil.
So you could tell by my start, I mean, it was pretty trash. Like, look at this. This is...
Ram, gates down.
Almost last out of the gate. Elbows in front of me, nappers throw me bows. I mean,
Out of Morris on the inside. Oh!
almost crashed over the first jump. Like, that was not ideal for me to be in that situation, but we made it happen.
Catch this guy right now if you give him a lead into the turn like that. There's Morris out in front right now. Alec Bob giving chase heading into turn number 2. Pauls and Moore coming after him, Jim.
But it's pretty funny. So me and Jason were actually in the same semi, and I didn't even realize, but that when he was hitting that triple, I was always double manualing it or rolling in, manualing out. But in our semi, he had jumped the triple, had looked back at me, did kind of a look back. And so I had no idea, and they thought I was retaliating from that, but no, I just wanted to win the race. But
It's out in front right now. Alec Bob giving chase heading into turn number 2. Pauls and Moore coming after him, Jim.
Little bump. Oh, nice little move. Smooth.
so I didn't even touch him, but was straight through. But look at this one. Look at that
Into turn
jump.
number 2. Pauls
Head
and
up in the
Moore
air, trying to catch up. So funny. But yeah,
after him,
I
Jim.
Little bump. Oh, nice little.
still can't believe that move even remotely worked, and that was like the least amount of contact and just was like bump and run, which is perfect, absolutely perfect. Yeah, so I won that race. That was a really cool one for me. Next up, this is 2017, so first year at A-Pro. I mean, it was doing well in the class. I was still like top 3, top 4, top 5 in races, but I never won a race yet. I never podiumed. I'm from Dallas, so this is like, technically I'd classify this as my hometown race. Having people that I've raced with from when I was younger, they would support me, so it was pretty cool. There was a lot of hype behind it, a lot of people cheering me on. Yeah, it was a fun one. Hope let's play on this one. I'm in gate 5 right here.
Kid coming down, A-Pro main event on the course right now. Teaser got a pretty good shot with Cam Moore. Downtown, we're gonna go. Moore getting busy. Teaser looking for the 2. Coming down that second straight. Finch on the outside. Moran on the inside with Petty. Everybody getting through traffic. Last one along the way. Alec Bob going down in that second turn. Here we go down the third straight. Gotta be Moore. Out front. Yes, colors. Bring them back in. Moore in and out of that last turn. Oh, that was Miranda we lost. Bob's still sitting on it. Oh, here comes Alec Bob. Back to the line. Texas, where you at? Bob, Moore, Teaser. Go 1, 2, 3.
So yeah, this is my first A-Pro win. Didn't even hole shot by no means. And yeah, I just came back and tried as hard as I could. But yeah, like I don't know what the issue was, but yeah, I completely shot my gate. Like I was so trash coming out.
Kid coming down, A-Pro main event on the course right now.
trash.
Teaser got a pretty good shot.
So like I'm in last, looking at the whole entire race. I'm like, wow, this is really how this day's gonna go.
Cam Moore, downtown, we're gonna...
Stayed in there, tried to make a move here. Was so surprised that I was able to get a few guys.
Moore getting busy. Teaser looking for the 2. Coming down that second straight. Finch on the outside. Moran on the inside with Petty. Everybody getting through traffic. Last one along the way. Alec Bob going.
So it's pretty funny. Eric Grindle thought I'd crashed, so my parents were freaking out. But luckily, they still kept videoing. But it kind of confused the crowd a little bit because I was still in the mix. Even me, Miranda, I'm here. Yeah, Miranda's right there. And so like at this point, I was just blackout. I wanted to go as fast as I can. Was able to catch a few guys here, and then just rhythm section's always been my strong suit. And this track, you probably have like a 12-pack rhythm section. So I was just trying to hammer it down.
That second turn. Here we go down the third straight. Gotta be more. Out front. Yes, colors. Bring them back in. More in and out of that last turn. Oh, that was Miranda we lost. Bob's still sitting on it. Bring. Oh, here comes.
Which is funny there. I didn't even realize how close we were to both crashing. Like we were pretty close.
Bring. Oh.
But luckily that cone was there and we just sliced it.
Comes Alec Bob back to the line. Texas, where you at? Bob, more T-Zar, go 1, 2, 3.
But this is a crazy one too because I was really struggling with getting down the first straight. Well, just getting around the track really. My legs were not there that weekend. I did some gear changes and I definitely thought my gear was too low. My parents said it was too low, but I was like, I think it'll work. And then after this performance, I was like, okay, this gear will work for me. And so actually the next day I got second. So I podiumed both days, first hometown race. I was actually on the t-shirts here. So it was a pretty cool race for me, pretty cool race. And then next, so this one was, just a few more, same year as the race in Austin, but just a few months later down the road. So I was still A Pro at this time, but with the ruling, I wasn't elite. So I was still able to race amateur. There wasn't really a junior class then in the States, so I was just A Pro, and so I was still qualified to race Worlds. So this one, it was kind of like, it'd be an interesting day. Races started at 6 a.m. It was a pretty stacked day. You had, all the top amateurs in the States as well as all the internationals riders as well. So it was an interesting race. But this is the same track that I'd raced previous years. So I kind of had the track dialed a good bit. But still, it was funny. Normally I'm pretty nervous before races, but even before this lap, I was just like shooting the shit with Ron before my race. And normally that's out of my character to be that calm, but that's when you kind of know it might be a special race. And so yeah, a little bit more. This is the 1724 challenge class. But as you can tell, I knew I really wasn't gonna be able to beat Cam because he really has a consistent gait. So I kind of just hung back in there. Worst case is gonna sit in for a second, but solid move happened. But as you can see by then, that's like 45, 50 feet into the race and he already has a front wheel on me. So I was just kind of like, I'll sit back. Then it was like right here, I was like, well, he's not going that far inside. I might as well try and make a move, and so surprised that it was able to stick it. But then at this point in my head, I'm just like, go as fast as you can, fast as you can, fast as you can. Stay smooth, stay smooth. Even had the little fist pump at the end. So this was actually my second World Championships. I went to Colombia the year before and got World 2. So it was pretty cool the following year to come back and get the World plate. And it was was pretty cool to be a hometown or a home country worlds and have all the people I've raced with and to see me ride that level. And so yeah, this is the first time I was able to compete at the world level and really ride well, which I was pretty happy about. And so I actually almost got knocked out of quarters because I was so nervous for the race day. But once I made it through that race, it all was like normal. And so the last one is Derby City last year. So the Louisville National, this is the track that they opted to put a Supercross hill on. And so being at school, I was still in school at this time. And so Indianapolis, where I went to school, was only 2 hours north. So we were able to come here pretty often to ride. So I kind of had a good feel for the track, which was really nice. And so I put in a ton of practice. I mean, I was going there like 2-3 times a week, really dialing it in. But it just seemed like come race day, everything was clicking. I felt well, there wasn't any mental battles. I felt comfortable on the track and I could really just ride to the best of my abilities. And so I'm in gate, what, 4? 4 right here in the all black.
Gate coming down right now. Red Bull helmet headed down into turn number 1. Looking for the whole shot. In and out of that first turn. We're going to go to Chief Torres.A. To Jared Garcia on the 2 spot right now. Bring it down the line. Big Jeff Upshot coming in out of that second turn. Bring it back around. Oh, there goes Alec Bob. He's looking for a podium spot. As we're coming in out of that last turn, it's all Don A. Bring it back around. Come on. Don A. Garcia coming back down the line all the way to the strike. Don A. Garcia, Upshot, Bob, Fields, closing.
So this was actually my first year as elite, and so this is like maybe the fifth main event I made that year, and also my first Supercross elite main event that I ever debuted in. So it was pretty cool for me, pretty cool. And so also being from Louisville, going to school in the Midwest, this was also kind of my local track as well while I was at school. So I still had that hometown crowd cheering me on that weekend. So like it was surprising, like I actually got a decent gate, which not very like me. I was able to get down the hill well.
Coming down right now, Red Bull helmet headed down in.
And even here, like I'm still right here behind Jet, but still in a good position. Not like normal for me.
Number 1, looking for the whole shot. In and out of that first turn. We're going to go to Chief Torres.A. To Jared Garcia on the 2 spot right now. Bring it down the line. Big Jeff.
And still surprised about this move. I couldn't believe I made it through. We were going so fast.
Shot coming in out of that second turn. Bring it back around. Oh, there goes Alec Bob. He's looking for a podium.
I was trying to get Jeff, but yeah, that overshot really taxed my speed, so I just kind of sunk in.
As we're coming in out of that last turn, it's all Don A. Bring it back around. Come on. Don A. Garcia coming back down the line all the way to the strike. Don A. Garcia, Upshaw, Bob, Fields, closing.
So yeah, these are the top 5 races I feel like were pretty killer days for me in my career to date. But with Elite now and coming back and having more support, I'm really excited to see what I'm able to do in the Elite class coming soon. Of course, it's still my 2nd year. Well, next year will be my 3rd year, so I still am pretty young in the class. But I'm excited since I've had the ability to race these races and get more experience. I can feel like I can really start to make more of a appearance in the class, which I'm excited about. But of course, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment if you feel any differently. See you guys.